help us with if there are some mics are open. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I cannot do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
Okay, thank
no
you.
problem. So
Okay,
I
then.
started the recording for everyone to know.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
please let be clear. Thank you so much.
Okay, then let's get started. As people are joining, I think we can start introducing our webinar. So thank you. My name is Mustafa Yücel. I'm from Middle East Technical University Institute of Marine Sciences. We are a proud partner of the BlueMissionMed Coordination Support Action, which is tasked with implementing many aspects of the mission, ocean and waters, coordinated by CNR. And today, actually, it's our second cross-fertilization webinar. So it's a series of webinars. We will also have a third webinar, which will be very interesting. This particular webinar is focusing on bridging Mediterranean and Black Sea solutions, actually. So here we are together in the next couple of hours, a couple and a half hours, to learn from each other, to hear each other, and to enhance this dialogue between two basins, which are, of course, connected, and their fate depends, one's fate depends very much on the other. So the first webinar focused on building synergies for innovative solutions in water management, depollution and restoration in the Mediterranean basin. And as I said, today we will be still looking at Mediterranean, but also we will be looking at this neighboring basin, which is the Black Sea. We have a very experienced and active set of speakers, which will share with you different insights on what they have been doing. So we'll start with the introductory remarks from different initiatives, of course, starting with the European Commission Research and Innovation Directorate. And then we will be hearing different projects, different initiatives. And at the end, please don't go anywhere because the last hour is devoted to you. We will have an interactive mirror session, which is designed to encourage this dialogue between ourselves. So without further ado, I'd like to actually start giving the floor to Loic Blanchard. He is policy officer in DG Research and Innovation. And let me briefly introduce him to you. He's bringing actually 15 years of experience in innovation, investment, and research-related issues, and with different duties in CINEA, JPI Oceans, and DG Mare. Now he is in the DG RTD, especially focusing on mission ocean projects, helping us to implement projects and also providing us with the latest vision. So without further ado, Loic, thank you for joining us today, and please share your introductory remarks with us.
Thank you very much, Mustafa. I think I'm sharing my screen. You should see it correctly, yeah?
Yes,
yes. So, yes, thank you for the invitation. Thank you to the BlueMissionMed team, and thank you also for the topic. I have 5 minutes. As you say, you want the latest. I mean, there are different things happening at quite a fast speed here in terms of EU policy developments in relation to marine and maritime. So try to go a bit fast. So before the summer, in June, the Commission put forward the European Ocean Pact and the European Water Resilience Strategy. And also we're in discussions with other colleagues from other DGs on the Mediterranean Pact, and especially for the European Ocean Pact and the EU Water Resilience Strategy, the EU mission Ocean and Water will be acting as a delivery mechanism for those policy. In the next year to come, we building on those two documents, we will be making two European research and innovation strategy, one for oceans and one for water, that will be tightly connected, and which will be partly based building on the EU mission ocean and water work that has been going on since it launched in 2021. Some of you are very familiar already with those slides. So this new mechanism that the Commission has put aims at mobilizing a large scale of stakeholders at different levels of intervention. So it's a bit different from the other part of the framework program. And in the first phase, so from 21 to 25, the ambition, we call it first phase because there are two phases. First phase being the pilot phase, and from 25, so from this year, the second phase, which is the deployment phase, supporting communities to deploy innovation solution at the most relevant level of intervention, be regions, being city, being the most local level. That's the ambition, and that's the core mission, core objective of the mission. In the first phase, that's why there was this. It's highlighted here for objective 2. Every sea basin, which is another innovation from the mission, which is this approach through 4 sea basin lighthouse that we are promoting. We were focusing on objective 2. For the second phase, we will all sea basin lighthouse are addressing the 3 objectives. So this is why your workshop, it's not the first one, and other workshops that are organized by the CSA, BlueMissionMed, or others, with the ambition to really support the stakeholder is very timely. We have put with the program of next year, it will be a total of 475 million euro committed, with another 100 million coming from the next program. So a bit nearly $500 million. That's what we have put so far, but more that translated in a series of projects. Maybe some of you are associated with those projects, but most importantly, and that will be more or less my concluding slide, what we have done in this first phase is to set up a framework with different type of instruments, being technical assistance, being community-led action, and trying to mobilize as much as we can, and probably there's more to do. Let's say the good, willing partners that want to work and address the challenges of our seas and oceans. So, for example, another initiative that last year one of the region of Italy has signed a cooperating working arrangement with us. And we are in the process of making similar arrangements with other regions to help regions develop their ocean and water NRI. We also providing support through helping feasibility study of individual projects. And we have been launching September 25 for community-led pilot action. You see the detail there. The idea is we're trying different things. We also want to work more with DG Regios in terms of how to align on work on regional program and M&I. So different things. So every good example, case study, good practice like the one you are working on is very welcome. And to conclude, will be supported continuously, because in the FP10 proposal that the Commission has put forward during summer, it's still a proposal, but we have secured continued support for the mission and those approaches. So that will be my concluding remarks. So wish a good and fruitful workshop with good ideas, good practice of synergy and collaboration. Welcome, and we'll be here to support you in your future endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Loic, for your remarks and for the latest news. And if our participants, if you do have any questions, you can ask them, put them in the chat, or wait for the end of session where if our speakers can stay, of course, if they have the time, they will be delighted to respond to. If not, we will do our best to respond to your questions. So please think about anything you want to ask. Today is for you, for all of us to really interact. Thank you once again, Loic. And next, I'd like to actually give the floor to our dear coordinator, Fedra Francocci from CNR, who is coordinating our BlueMissionMed CSA. Fedra has many different experiences, especially on sustainable development and recycling of plastic, and she's one of the proponents of the BlueMed Plastic Hub, plastic-free Mediterranean hub, which is kind of also still going on in the form of BlueMissionMed. So without further ado, actually, I'd like to give the floor to you, Fedra, to introduce our project and also to showcase the latest outputs of the CSA. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and congratulations for this engaging session. Thanks to all the METO team, you are doing incredibly well. Thanks for all your commitment in really building this bridge. And thank you, Loic, for really setting the scene and to stay with us in this development. I may ask you, Ecci, to launch the video summary that has been prepared by our communication partner under the BlueMissionMed to really bring you the essence of the project. Please, thank you.
Sure, Fedra. I think you can see the video, don't you?
Not
Is it
now.
open?
It's like kind of dark, but maybe
Dark.
it's me. Let's try to launch.
Okay, let me reshare it.
It's just dark screen. Do you have two screens, Ezgi? Maybe that's the issue.
Yes, can you see it now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, then I will switch to my strategy.
I'm not able to manage to screen Ecci. How do you?
Okay.
Those screens are.
Can you see it now? Still not?
Oh.
So maybe we can go to the presentation.
I think the reason is the start of the video is black. So maybe if you start playing the
Yeah,
video.
I did it actually. I can see it, therefore I concern if you cannot see. Okay, I will do it again. Let's wait a few minutes. Still no?
I can give it. Yeah, now
Yes,
it's working.
perfect. Now we should hear.
Maybe Elisa need to turn on her mic.
Yes, so maybe I can talk on this. Yes, while presenting the video. So this is really, in a nutshell, the kind of activity that we performed with the multiple aim to target specific stakeholder needs, and in the meantime to develop specific communication and dissemination tools to provide the stakeholders the information they need to reach the ambitious target that Loic already presented with regard to the depollution of the Mediterranean Sea, which is the second objective of the mission and our main objective in this first phase. To do that, we implemented several engagement measures. First of all, the awards that you are now seeing that contributed mainly to bring new signatories of the Charter of the Mission Ocean and Waters across the different countries, but not only of the Mediterranean Sea, but with a broader engagement. This approach really allows us to learn from the stakeholders, their needs, but also to learn also about the solution and good practice that they can really share with the broader Mediterranean community with the aim of reducing plastic pollution and pollution related to other pollutants, to management of waste in cities, but also to sustainable management in ports, and so on. So by learning and if you could now share the presentation, Edzji, sorry for this ping pong. We try to bring together in a roadmap concrete action that reflect the sectoral priorities to address this sustainability target across the different sectors that are related to pollution and to restoration across the Mediterranean. We cannot see the presentation. I don't know which is the problem. If you allow me, I can maybe share, and let's see if now everything it's fine. You can see now my screen?
Yes, we can. I even removed my second screen, but it didn't work, sorry.
No problem. In the occasion of the UNOC 3, so the third United Nations Ocean Conference that was held in Nice last June, we had the occasion in three high-level meetings in the blue zone, so in the political area, to present our The Polluting the Mediterranean report. This picture in particular comes with the presentation that we organize together with the 2WF Mediterranean on board of the Blue Panda. The report highlights which are the actions that the sectors that you see on the left, so the agriculture, aquaculture, fishery, tourism, transport and ports, the plastic industry as a whole, and the wastewater treatment and solid waste management sectors may address them, and how to target the ambition goal that we shared under the mission Ocean Waters. In particular, our activity targeted the reduction of plastic litter, the reduction of microplastic entering the environment, and the reduction of nutrient loss. We identified through a massive assessment across the different European but also national project that across this assessment, we identified 87 priority solutions that our stakeholders, through a process of consultation, including more than 400 stakeholders across the area, identify as priority for targeting the pollution. Across these 87 solutions, the majority required significant path for the full deployment, and which is something interesting in terms of additional resource that we should put to really unlock the potential of making the depollution of the Mediterranean a reality. This is an exercise that we made to collect these 87 solutions in a map. You see here where the solution owners or solution developers are located, not where the pilot have been implemented. And if you go through our website, you will reach more information, and you will also arrive on the fact sheet that summarize on the solution with a higher TRL, so those that are closer to the market or to the replication and scaling up phase, in order to provide all the stakeholders with the information needed to try to develop and to deploy the solution at their scale. This is where we stand now in terms of support. So the project is now testing different approaches to kind of support solution providers, but also solution seekers.
I lost your voice.
Sì.
Is it only me or?
Okay, so
we can hear her, Mustafa.
Yeah, we can hear well.
But you already know Mustafa, so I don't have to repeat, correct?
Ezgi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I can't hear you for some reason.
We heard
anyway,
her
if
very
you can hear
well.
Fedra, you go on.
Yes, now
Please.
I was close to the conclusion, just saying that we're now supporting supporting through our network of hubs that are national nodes that are active in engaging national regional stakeholders in provide support information and all the facilities that we can share at this stage to really promote the replication of solution across the Mediterranean Sea Basin. This webinar today, it's even more ambitious because we are really promoting a mutual learning across basin to really boost the replication and upscaling of the mission-related solution. So thanks again for this opportunity, and I look forward to see the next presentation.
Thank you, Fedra. So I'm back right on time. Sorry, I was disconnected for some reason. But anyway, thank you, Fedra, for giving us latest news on the BlueMissionMed. In this session, also we will hear from the sister CSA from the Black Sea. But before that, we have another very important speaker, invited speaker from the Mediterranean, one of the Mediterranean initiatives, and that's Patrizia Bussolini. From UNEP-MAP. And she will be talking about the Mediterranean Action Plan. Actually, Patrizia is really very well positioned to give a very integrated synthesis of the two basins and the challenges and opportunities. In the past, among her many different roles, she also acted as a coordinator of the Common Maritime Agenda of the Black Sea as a part of the DG Mare. But of course, she has experience in also other initiatives, other branches of the EU Commission. But lately, she is a part of the UNEP-MAP. And Patrizia, we are very much looking forward to your views and your ideas. So yeah, please go ahead. The floor is yours. I don't see your camera, but you must be somewhere.
I can see myself. Can you hear me at least?
Good.
Excellent.
I can hear you very well, yes.
Excellent. So Mustafa, colleagues, good morning. I'm very pleased to be here today with you. Thank you very much for the invitation. We really look forward to contribute and to cooperate. As Mustafa said, I will briefly share what the UNEP-MAP does, because it's very much aligned with the priorities of the BlueMissionMed and what you are doing. So I believe it is really worth sharing. Just as background, as you might all know already, the UNEP-MAP, it implements the Barcelona Convention. Then this year celebrates its 15th anniversary. It is the first regional sea convention that has been launched. So we somehow lead the way to the other 18 regional sea conventions around the world. So we have a program of work that is pretty intense. In particular, it is based on the midterm strategy 22-27, and then we develop each 2 years a biannual program of work. The priorities for this midterm strategy include of course pollution, of course. So we deal with everything that is dealt with marine and coastal pollution and marine litter, very important. Biodiversity and ecosystem, climate change, sustainable use of resources, circular and blue economy. These are the thematic programs, and then we have also a number of, let's say, cross-cutting priorities linked to governance, monitoring, assessment, and knowledge, and advocacy and communication. To go a bit more in detail in the contents of what we do, I would like to mention which are the key decisions that have been adopted by the COP23, the meeting of the contracting parties that took place Yes.
Sorry, Patricia, I cannot see your screen. What is the problem?
But I can see myself. So
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I have not the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah,
a
she doesn't have
PowerPoint.
slides. Yes.
Excuse me.
didn't know.
I didn't specify that.
Yeah.
So what I was saying, I think that the last decisions of the meeting of the contracting parties, the last one that took place in December 2023, which was the COP23, it summarized pretty well how we are very much aligned with the priorities also of the BlueMed mission. In particular, for example, we have adopted the regional plan on aquaculture management in the framework of Article 15 of the land-based sources, and also the regional action plan of agriculture management, again in the article of Part 15 of the land-based source protocol of the UNEP map. Another very much important decision, it is related to the conceptual framework for implementing marine and spatial planning in the Mediterranean. Now, the UNEP, we call it marine spatial planning, but it is what in EU it is called maritime spatial planning. This is very much important because this is a tool that it is being implemented through a working group of national experts that will support the implementation of marine spatial planning, not only at national level, but also at regional level, and that will also cooperate with the community of practice that has been launched by the Commission. So this is very much important because you know very well that marine/maritime spatial planning, it is a key tool to ensure governance of the activities at the sea and the coasts, and so to achieve a good environmental status. And then we have also a regional harmonized procedure for the uniform implementation of ballast water management. Now, because today we are here in Athens with the meeting of the MAP, Mediterranean Action Plan focal points meeting. It is a 4 days meeting, and it is a key meeting. And I excuse myself, but after the intervention, I need to leave because we have the last session of this meeting, and it is the meeting in preparation of the next meeting of the contracting parties, the 24th one. That will take place in 2 months in December in Cairo, in Egypt. And the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention, it is because there is a number of decisions that are very much linked to your work, that are very relevant to your work. And when I mention decisions, that these decisions will then be implemented, so they are very operational. And linked to this, I really would like to start, for example, with the Mediterranean Strategy for Sustainable Development, which is a framework of cooperation among the Mediterranean contracting parties, but also the stakeholders. It is a framework of concrete objective, but also concrete actions, list of actions at national and regional level. We have approved 20 flagship initiatives, so 20 overarching, let's say, big projects for cooperation, which cover marine spatial planning, blue economy, sustainable management of sustainable cities, and so forth. So I think it's very much related to your active marine protected areas and so forth. We will support protection of the biodiversity. So it's very much comprehensive. It is very much integrated, let's say. Another very much important decision, it is, you know, that the approach that is applied across the board in the UNEP map process, it is the ecosystem approach. During the COP24, in 2 months' time, a decision will be presented for approval to revise and to update the ecosystem approach policy and roadmap of the UNEP map, and also the IMAP enhancement. The IMAP, it is an integrated monitoring and assessment program of the UNEP map, which, let's say, it is the twin approach of the marine strategy framework directive of the EU, which has been updated as well. I guess, if I understood correctly, it is in the latest phase of being updated. So we are, of course, cooperating with DG Environment and with DG Mare accordingly. Last but not least, there is also another decision very important, which is this is an assessment study. It is a summary for the policymakers. It is based on a special report interlinking climate change with WEFE Nexus. WEFE is water, energy, food and ecosystems in the Mediterranean, which is a special report which is produced by the MEDEC. MEDEC, it is a Mediterranean network of experts on climate change. So they produce these very important reports that are very much used for the policymakers. So voila, so this is my input for the time being. I hope it is useful, but as already shared with Mustafa and the colleagues, we are ready and very much happy to cooperate further. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Patricia, especially for joining us in your very busy schedule. And certainly there's a lot of actually potential for synergies and cooperation, which is already happening between Mission Ocean and Waters and the Mediterranean Action Plan. And let's further build on this relationship. Thank you once again. And so after hearing about the two Mediterranean initiatives, the BlueMissionMed and the UNEP map, now let's turn our eyes to the Black Sea/Danube system, and let's hear from what's going on in the Black Sea and the surrounding, of course, watershed basin. So towards that, and next in line is Verena Hearn from EcoDali CSA. So that's the basically like BlueMissionMed CSA. EcoDali is a CSA supporting the Danube/Black Sea Lighthouse. So Verena is a project manager at Steinweiss Europa Zentrum, where she coordinates projects with a focus on regional and social transformation, focused on the Danube region. And she's currently coordinating the EcoDali CSA, as I said. And as in that capacity, she will share the different solutions specific to the Danube Black Sea system and how a dialogue can be enhanced between the two basins. So Verena, thank you for joining us, and the floor is yours.
Thank you for having me and letting me give our point of view from the Danube and Black Sea Lighthouse and present our innovative solution to protect and restore our ecosystem. I will briefly start with a short introduction on our lighthouse and then go over to our solutions. So the Danube and Black Sea Lighthouse is one of the 4 lighthouses under the mission, and it's the only lighthouse with an additional freshwater focus to have the interconnectedness of the river basin and the sea basin in this lighthouse. We have, besides the CSA of EcoDali, several innovation actions with a focus on freshwater, wetland restoration, and sediment management, and additional new innovation action just started, focusing on sustainable blue economy. As EcoDali project, we have a concept built on 4 pillars that are being the enabling of cross-fertilization, the integration of systematic approach for local nature-based solution, fostering a stronger innovation ecosystem, and bringing the communication between existing governance structures and networks together. For that, we have the EcoDali portal as a common platform to enable dialogue between authorities and citizens and offer services like a catalog of nature-based solutions, innovative practices and business innovations, and in the Danube and Black Sea Lighthouse, as well as policy recommendation for nature-based solution, therefore providing all sorts of tools for evidence-based decision-making. The EcoDali project lives with the Living Lab concept, which is a concept for identifying innovations and cross-designing different solutions in real-life environments using iterative feedback processes to create a sustainable impact. Our living labs are spread by region and have all a different focus. Each living lab has created a thematic roadmap and defined action points. Living labs are there to raise awareness from cross-sectoral stakeholder communities, endorse the mission charters, but also have a platform to foster knowledge sharing and offer trainings for capacity building, financing, and scaling of restoration measures. As part of the outcome in the Black Sea, challenges were identified and like the water pollution from rivers, climate change, or lack of coordination of regional governance, and action points to address them were created, like strengthening river pollution management or regional policy and governance integration. As for the solution done in the Danube and Black Sea Lighthouse, a lot was done, of course, by projects like Bridge BS and DOORS, and I believe we will hear from them directly in this webinar. So I will focus on the connection of the Danube River and the Black Sea that might be also interesting for the Mediterranean. So I begin with stressing out that the reduction of nutrient pollution by restoration of wetlands and their respective nutrient capture capacity can benefit also the Black Sea by controlling the nutrient inflow from the Danube into the Black Sea, improve the overall water quality, and preserve the biodiversity through the restoration of habitat of these different species. Also, enhancing biodiversity corridors and water quality for reconnection and monitoring strategy is done in our lighthouse. Regarding sustainable sediment management, there's also a lot of work done. It's for addressing sediment-related challenges like delta erosion, pollution transport, and habitat degradation. Therefore, the Danube Delta monitoring system is developed to capture the knowledge of sediment flows built into the Black Sea, also to find solutions for restoration of the sediment balance and flow, and provide techniques to improve sediment quality at a river basin scale. Sorry. Also, for the Mediterranean, it could be interesting since Mediterranean coastal and river system facing erosions or delta degradation could benefit from these sediment restoration models. Also, regarding reduction of pollution, there was work done through riverside traps, which is a passive collection method of riverside litter, and also to create pollution maps to apply and learn river-safe protocols, supporting involvement of locals and cleanup actions, as well as organized professional and community cleanups. This leads to the reduction of contamination, including microplastic and macroplastics, and also decreases litter impact downstream, so also less litter into the sea basins from the river. Lastly, I want to stress out our work regarding sustainable blue economy from the David West project, but also the new freshly started swim project. They follow the green hatchery concept, which is to support fish population in overfished or degraded coastal zones, breed native fish species in an environmental responsible manner, and therefore produces fish without causing any damage to the surrounding ecosystem and supporting the biodiversity. All of these solutions have some common needs, being the cross-sectoral collaboration between science, policy, and communities, and more importantly, the cross-border cooperation, because ecosystems doesn't stop with national borders. So also an important aspect is community engagement and SME involvement for knowledge sharing and capacity building, providing tools and policies, models, having a knowledge and monitoring system for data-driven decision making that also is a centralized and open access data repository that not only one aspect is captured, but everyone has access to all the data captured. And of course, the importance of the connection and the interdependencies between the Danube River and the Black Sea. As for possible future synergies between the Black Sea Basin and the Mediterranean, beyond the knowledge exchange and replication of solution in both lighthouses, are blue economy synergies, such as shared strategies for carbon neutral fisheries, ecotourism, and circular economy models. SME local communities could also benefit from joint business incubators and cross-regional funding mechanisms. And another important aspect is the sharing of monitoring data to see what common progress is made in both basins, and to have a common citizen science and youth engagement activities, especially but not exclusively in countries where both basins overlap. So that was my presentation, and I'm looking already forward to our possible synergies in the future.
Excellent, Verena. Thank you very much for this very informative presentation, but you also highlighted several avenues for cooperation. Also, you demonstrated some of the solutions that came forward in the Danube Black Sea area. We will also be discussing this in the final Miro session, but one of the key challenges is to be able to share solutions, because both CSAs gathered enormous amount of information on different solutions and their implementation level. So I think, yeah, there's a lot to share and do together, I think, in that regard. And you are very much in your remark that the seas and natural waters, they don't have any borders, to be honest. Anything from Danube really affects the Black Sea, of course, but also further downstream into the Mediterranean. And especially in Turkey, we studying both Mediterranean and Marmara Sea and Black Sea at the same time. We very much see these sort of effects. So they are very much connected, and that's why also we are doing this webinar today. So thank you once again for your very informative presentation, and thank you once again for joining us. So next, again, we are in the Black Sea, and like the Mediterranean UNEP-MAP initiative, there's also a similar or parallel initiative in the Black Sea. Well, there is a similar convention to the Barcelona Convention, which is called the Bucharest Convention, and it's about basically cutting pollution coming to the Black Sea. And the entity that actually implements this convention is it's called Black Sea Commission. Well, the long name is Commission on the Protection of Black Sea Against Pollution. And today we are again very happy to have Irina Makarenko, Pollution Monitoring and Assessment Officer of the Black Sea Commission. Irina is really a very long time supporter, and she's always there for us, for scientists, for policymakers, always providing information, data, and anything we need. And today, really, thank you, Irina, once again for joining us. A few more words on you. She has a very strong background on international relations and different diplomatic missions. She worked, for example, before moving to the Black Sea Commission headquarters in Istanbul. She worked as a diplomat in the mission of Ukraine to the European Union, and earlier as a deputy head of office to the Vice Prime Minister of Ukraine on European integration, and also as a diplomat of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine. So, Irina, thank you once again. The floor is yours. We are looking forward to your contribution.
Thank you very much, Mustafa. Good morning, colleagues. It's really a pleasure to join you, and thanks for inviting us to contribute to the success of your event. You know, Mediterranean Sea is our closest neighbor, and we definitely share many things in common. Of course, after hearing my colleagues about the challenges and developments in the Mediterranean Sea as well, now my colleague was presenting already some information on the Black Sea and Danube. Let me also share with you some insights from our side. So as Mustafa mentioned, I represent the Black Sea Commission, which was created to implement the provisions of Bucharest Convention, and we are similar as Barcelona Convention, Regional Sea Convention for the Black Sea. I said many times Regional Sea Convention, but anyway, so we are a bit younger. We were created back in 1994, so we celebrated 31 years of activity, but similar to Barcelona Convention, our basic objective is to prevent, reduce and control the pollution in the Black Sea, as well as to serve as a platform and to provide a legal framework to cooperate in this regard. So we are addressing conservation of environment of the Black Sea, mainly combating pollution from land-based sources, and it was mentioned today that we have a big contributor, Danube River, and there are many thoughts about this, and as well as many speculations. So that's why, you know, our goal is to really see what is happening in both basins and what are the tools that we could assess the situation and improve it. So we're also dealing with marine living resources and dealing with sustainable human development in the Black Sea through a set of dedicated measures, because our main document is our strategic action plan, which actually has a bunch of measures to improve, to protect and rehabilitate the Black Sea. The latest version of our strategic action plan was in 2009. It was signed in Sofia. And as you may also guess, that we are not completely binded by the European environmental legislation, because only 2 out of our 6 countries, I mean Bulgaria and Romania, are members to the European Union, but still we now have many different initiatives to bring the other members to European acquis communautaire, and you know, we also very much engaged into different projects which are funded by the European Commission. We're also members of the Strategic Research Innovation Agenda, so-called SRIA, for the Black Sea, the Common Maritime Agenda for the Black Sea, and of course the Lighthouse for Danube Black Sea, which was already represented earlier today. So let me switch the slide. I hope you can see it. So now I wanted to share with you some examples of our collaboration with our neighbors, and I will start with Danube River. As it was already mentioned, we have many things because the Danube is flowing into the Black Sea. Of course, we have many issues on our agenda, especially related to different types of pollution. So since year 2000, we have Memorandum of Understanding with, I would call it Danube Commission, but it's not exactly the Danube Commission. You know, there are 2 Danube Commissions. So the one which is the Commission on the Protection of the Danube River, ICPDR. So with this organization, we have mutual observer status since 2001, and we are implementing the Memorandum of Understanding. And of course, since then, we understand how much serious this issue is for us. But, you know, through the work of the dedicated joint technical working group, which was established between our commissions, and we basically were aiming at the information exchange, at the exchange of data on indicators, and last but not least at all, to harmonize the assessment methodologies, because they were really different. And I'm happy to say that in 2015, we finally agreed the parameters of mutual reporting. It was mentioned today that mutual reporting and exchange of data is very important. So since 2015, we have been exchanging this data with the Danube Commission. It is not always open source information from our side because of our internal policies, but the Danube Commission is always printing and always publishing this information on their web pages. So now we are coming to the cooperation with Mediterranean Sea. You know that through Turkey, which is very active member to both conventions, I mean the Bucharest Convention that I represent, and of course the Barcelona Convention for Mediterranean, Turkey is very active, and since 2016, we signed the Memorandum of Understanding between the Black Sea Commission and the Barcelona Convention Secretariat. It is now, without really extra modesty, I can say that this instrument is being used by other regional sea conventions within the UNEP mechanism, because we have very nice tools to cooperate, and we continue practice of our annual bilateral meetings. We already had 8 meetings between our secretariats. We also elaborated the dedicated joint work program. And of course, we're very grateful for UNEP-MAP's overall assistance. And, you know, they are like our brother helping us with all the issues, because especially since 2018, our activities are blocked, you know, the situation in the Black Sea. So still we try to continue our efforts on the technical level. So since December 2016, the UNEP-MAP Secretariat is actually really supporting us with a number of activities under the EU-funded Marine Liter Med project. And now there is a next phase, which is called Marine Liter Med Plus project. So we are trying to strengthen our bilateral collaboration in the field of marine litter management. And we have many things that were already developed under this collaboration. Here, let me name Marine Litter Regional Action Plan, Marine Litter Guidelines, Marine Litter Regional Assessment, Marine Litter Monitoring Chapter, last but not least, Marine Litter Baselines. They were all developed with the support of our colleagues from Mediterranean, so they are quite harmonized, and you know, we are very happy with this collaboration. Now we're also dealing for the same project with 2 pilots in 2 countries of the Black Sea, which are Georgia and Ukraine. And these pilot activities are dealing with beach cleanups and the so-called adopt the beach measures. So Ukraine is not that active yet because of the war in the region, but Georgia is very much benefiting from this project, and we are very happy once again with this collaboration. So let me now switch the slide and move to another tool that we created. I'm also very proud for this one. It is called Trilateral Collaboration to strengthen transboundary collaboration from source to sea. And it is covering the Danube River, the Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea. So as you may understand, that having these 2 bilateral MOUs, we decided that we have still many issues in terms of trilateral collaboration, and we have common challenges, and we have this large marine ecosystem that should be addressed. So back in 2023, at the meeting of UNDP UNESCO Large Marine Ecosystems, we decided to start establishing such a trilateral collaboration between us. And already in May last year in Istanbul, we held our first joint consultation meeting. So that is all being done under Slovenian presidency. You know, Slovenia is now having, being a chairman to ICPDR and Barcelona Convention, and they're also very active. So owing to their support, we met in Istanbul, and we really considered our priorities of collaboration and really technical issues. Because, you know, for the first time last year, the Danube Commission reported that all the efforts that they contributed in order to eliminate the pollution into the Black Sea, they are really successful. And they, for the first time since we started our work in 2000, they reported a very positive changes in terms of improvement of the situation with pollution from the Danube into the Black Sea. So we discussed priorities at this meeting, and we agreed to meet on a regular basis, and also we agreed to exchange the information on the indicators, on the assessment methodologies, on the diffuse sources of pollution, the riverine inputs of litter, because we not only have the marine litter, but also we have now the riverine inputs that are also being assessed, and the Danube Commission has very good experience in terms of that. Of course, climate change, droughts and flood impact and prevention are very much on the agenda of the 3 of us, the quality assurance, quality control, sturgeons, which is a very big issue for the Danube, of course, issues of modeling, which is very weak in terms of, you know, the Black Sea Commission activities. And so these are activities that were agreed to be followed. Just 3 days ago in Slovenia, we met again with Danube and UNEP-MAP and Slovenian presidency. We were concentrating our efforts on the climate change, because this is one of the issues which is really emerging. And I wanted to mention to you that we have now a new phenomena, I would call it. If I manage to pronounce it now, it is called Mediterraneanization of the Black Sea. I think I managed. And it's basically meaning that there is an extra invasion of the Black Sea by the Mediterranean originated species. And it seems, at least the reports are showing that it seems to be related to water temperature rise, which actually happened as a consequence of the climate changes. So I think Mr. Mustafa Mantıkçı will have a chance to speak on these details of this processes of this phenomena. And let me also mention to you my last issue that I was saying, that we are supporting not only EU-funded projects, but also all the other projects which are being implemented in the Black Sea. Let me name here the World Bank project, so-called Blueing the Black Sea, which already finalized, but that project was dealing with different aspects of pollution into the Black Sea. They prepared very nice reports, but now they have continuation, and it's being implemented by the JEF UNOPS, and it's a big project with the same name actually, and it was launched in June this year. So they have now not only the paperwork, but also very important real initiatives. If you don't mind, I will get another minute of your time. I wanted to present you and mention one of the initiatives with the deadline of 14th November. So this project is now developing the so-called Eco Innovation Challenges, and it's part of the Blueing the Black Sea project. These eco challenges are designed to attract the bold ideas that are tackling the pollution in the Black Sea, but real ideas from different stakeholders. So now they are inviting innovators from the region and beyond, so that maybe also from Mediterranean Sea, in order to bring their solutions to the forefront. And as I mentioned, until 14th of November this year, they will be collecting ideas, and the best ideas will be financed and rewarded with grants up to $300,000. So if you wish, some of you may like to apply for this. And I also need to mention here that because we are not only covering pollution, but we also cover the biodiversity and marine living resources, we have fantastic collaboration with Aquabumps agreement, and the Aquabumps agreement is actually covering both seas, Mediterranean and the Black Sea. And let me remind you, you may heard about the aerial survey initiative, which was aimed to monitor the cetaceans populations and abundance. It was very successfully implemented in both basins. So now Aquabumps is also preparing the next stage of this project, and we will be both involved. Another important initiative and collaboration is our joint participation in the activities of the UN FAO General Fisheries Commission for Mediterranean and the Black Sea. They also have a very big project in both basins, and we also collaborate on fisheries. We also exchange reports, and we also harmonize our data in terms of fisheries and aquaculture in the Black and Mediterranean Sea. And we also cooperate within Regional Seas program of UNEP. Not like the Barcelona Convention, we are not administered by the UNEP, but thanks to the collaboration with Mediterranean Sea, we are also very active within the UNEP work, and also, last but not least, Sustainable Ocean Initiative. So as you may see, I will stop now. We are trying our best to ensure the synergy between all our activities, between the Danube, between the Black Sea and Mediterranean. Of course, there is always a space for improvement. So I think that's why we are here today. And I will be delighted to answer your questions if you have. And also, I wish all of us success, and many thanks for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Irina. Thank you very much. And also great to hear all these links to Danube strategy, Danube initiatives, and also your contacts with UNEP-MAP. As you have seen in the preceding talks, we tried to give you an overview of different initiatives, both on the mission level, but also on what countries have been doing in terms of conventions. And Irina, thank you also to referring to Mustafa Mantıkçı's talk. Unfortunately, he will not be able to join today due to a family emergency. all is fine, but he has to deal with it. But thank you for highlighting some of the challenges, environmental challenges. I mean, Verena and Patricia also highlighted different shared challenges. So I think you all have already covered that idea, but we will have to skip his talk for today, but we will be happy to provide you additional materials on that topic if you are interested on the shared scientific challenges in the both basins. So with this, maybe if there's a burning question, I'm looking at the chat. Looks like there is nothing, but if there's a burning question for our opening speakers, we can invite that now. Otherwise, we will interact in the end, so we can continue to discuss in the end. But Ezgi, I'm looking at the chat. I don't look like Patricia has left. Okay, then I think we can move on to the second session, which is about more specifically about looking at specific projects, recent ones, recently completed or ongoing projects, and see how cross-fertilization is actually happening within those projects. So we have 3 speakers in this next session, and our first speaker will be Sana Ben Ismail from Tunisia. So she is a research associate professor at the National Institute of Marine Sciences and Technologies in Tunisia. And since 2012, she has been a researcher in the Marine Environmental Laboratory. And she has led or contributed to projects, key projects, famous ones such as CLAIM, Common, and Plastic Busters CAP. So today she will be presenting marine litter solutions in the Mediterranean and lessons from these projects. And she will also focus on the Tunisian case, the Tunisian experience, of course, and how this, let's say, how this synergies between the 2 basins going beyond their national and geographical boundaries can happen. So Sana, thank you for accepting our invitation and looking forward to hearing your talk.
Thank you very much, Mustafa, Ezgi, and all the team of BlueMissionMed for inviting me. I don't miss to accept this invitation because I was traveling, but I'm really happy that I could contribute today and share with you experience. And as Irina says, sharing experience and look for further collaboration between the Mediterranean, Black Sea, and other regions about this issue. Marine litter is very important. So I share my screen, or you will do it, Ezgi?
Sana, I would like to help you, but I already had an issue with the Fedra's presentation. Maybe it's better if you try
try
first.
to share.
Okay. If
Yeah,
you
try
cannot
sharing,
manage,
Sana.
I will try my best.
Okay, I will try to share it.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, but
we will view, but yeah, we can.
It's not plain because it's PDF.
Yes, no worries.
No worry. Okay. So thank you once again for the invitation. As Mustafa say, I'm a marine scientist in the National Institute of Marine Science and Technology in Tunisia, INSTM, which is one of the largest and widespread research center in Tunisia, founded in 1924. We celebrate last year 100 of research in our institute, focus on marine sciences and technology. So today my talk is more about marine litter as defined by UN at the beginning of this issue, as it's any persistent solid material manufactured or transformed that is discarded, discharged, or abandoned in the marine environment. And here it's the North Pacific gyre and the big garbage patch in the Pacific Ocean. So why plastic pollution? Because globally, about 3/4 of composition of anthropogenic marine litter is plastic. And here it's a photo of floating marine litter in Australia. So the issue is really global, and we are now in the plastic age since the 1950s years. We are not about to say that plastic it's a very bad invention, but really the problem starts. It's about here. I just want to say that plastic it's a very benefit from its durability, lightweight, versatile, and inexpensive way to use. But the problem is that it's become more and more abundant as industrial manufactured products, and only 9% is recycled at the global way. So by 2020, the global mass of plastic produced exceeds the biomass of all terrestrial and marine animals combined. So every year the problem increases, and the annual plastic production now in 2022 is about 353 million tons. So equivalent of the weight of the entire human population. And about 14 million tons of plastic waste end up in the ocean each year. So the projection indicate that by 2050 there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish, and this is what is warming and affect us all. So this why we have a problem with the plastic and more about microplastic, because of this is irresponsible use and releases in the nature. And today in Mediterranean we have about 8 million tons waste arrive in the ocean, and the plastic constitutes more than 80% of the marine litter. And the coastal ecosystems are the most vulnerable ecosystem, because everything by currents, by movement of the currents, come back to the coastal areas and cause very damages problem here. So when we speak about Mediterranean, it's one of the hotspots of this marine plastic pollution. And we have also a problem of management of waste, and we have an accumulation of pollution around all the Mediterranean Sea. And our issue now, it's most about microplastic, because its concentration is 4 times higher than what we found in the 7th continent, and have some toxic characteristic because they are injured by biota in the sea, and this could cause human health problem. So since, I don't know if you hear me very well. Hello?
We can hear you,
Yeah,
but
there is-
there are some
There's
Yes,
some background noise, but we can
Yeah.
hear
I
you.
don't know who makes this noise. It's my PC.
now
I
we
don't know.
can hear you normally.
Okay.
Again.
So since 2017, and with the claim H2020 project, ENSTM start to give focus more on this issue, because all this, what I say before. So we today we will speak from about some starts and outputs about of claim project, Camel project, and plastic buster cap projects.
Dear participants, if you can turn off your mics, we will be really glad. I think Marine, we can hear your background. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So CLAIM is a consortium of 20 partners from across 13 European countries, Tunisia and Lebanon, and was conducted from 2017 until April 22. So this experience, it was my first deal with microplastic, and it was also very important experience that had together Baltic Sea and Mediterranean Sea. So I hope that we will have experience also with the Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea. We work on research program, but with an innovative way that brings 5 new marine cleaning technologies to help us tackle marine pollution. And I was more dealing about ferry box activities within CLAIM project, so that we develop new devices to have filter, to have a new hyper frequency data on observation of microplastic within ferry box systems in Black Sea, in Baltic Sea, and 2 Mediterranean ferry box team, HCMR team and Tunisia team. So the Baltic Sea ferry box transect was there. In Mediterranean, we had this line between Heraklion and Athens, I think. And in Tunisia, we had these 2 lines between Tunis, Goulet, and Marseille in France, and Tunis and Genova in Italy. So also within CLAIM project, we conduct a very interesting coastal monitoring of microplastic in seawater and biota. And we participate and contribute with 2 important papers that I invite you to read if you have time, about the distribution of microplastic along Tunisian coast, and dealing with a comparison with ferry box and modeling data. For common project, so I will present these 3 projects, and after we will have key lessons and how we could move together with a further collaboration. For common, it was a 7 partner around Mediterranean and 3 countries, Italy, Tunisia, and Lebanon. And the most deal of a common project was about conducting more campaigns and more harmonized protocol that was also supported by the Plastic Pasteur CAP projects. So we had many activity in Tunisia and 3 beaches in Monastir pilot area, and also a coastal monitoring of microplastic in seawater with many period in the year to compare, and also in biota and in marine turtle. But what was most also important with the common project it was a networking and participatory approach to work with all stakeholders in each pilot area. So we had at the level of the project 70 local public authorities, and we conduct their training in each pilot area. We engage more than 100 general public, CSO, schools, and environmental NGOs around the Mediterranean. Also, we work with 35 fishermen and port authorities cooperative, and we could bring together 3 turtle rescue centers and more than 240 touristic operators. In Tunisia, we try to work more about awareness with the schools and NGOs, and we made efforts to traduce, to translate the content of all the supports of the project in Arabic. So, and this was very important. Also, the platform, I don't know if it works now. Yeah, this platform of common projects is still working, and still we could have manuals here, events, and how to contribute if we have some beach litter monitoring or NGO beach litters. So we could put the data here for beach clean, for cleanup, for more beach litter scientific guidelines. And we have also the Coastal Cities Network. So this, I'm come back to, sorry for... So this platform is still possible to use, and it's one of the most important also output of the project, because we could have, as I say, we could put data if it's on clean up the med of a beach clean, and we have all the document there that we could use, and we could use it and made the same to Black Sea. So in Tunisia, and some numbers about common project, we conduct more than 26 awareness raising activities. We reach more than 500 people directly, and we also benefit 70 students and 35 fishermen with all the supports of the project within the 3 years. So also we had the possibility to write 5 policy reports, 1 policy report by country and 1 report for the Mediterranean Sea. And we move after this because it's the link with a plastic buster cap, which was labeled by Union for Mediterranean. And when we start to speak more about this link, about scientific science policy interface and how to encompass the importance on the relationship between scientists and the other interested parties, and we speak more about harmonized protocol, how we could work together in harmonized way to compare the data. So also plastic buster cap brings more from South Mediterranean with North Mediterranean, more experienced countries, and we involve 8 institutions. So from the south part, Tunisia, Jordani, Egypt, and for the north part, Greece, Italy, and Spain. So it was a very nice experience with more than 200 people involved. We made 20 beach survey with a training beach survey and harmonized protocol, and we collect more than 80,000 items. We also conduct 45 floating micro and microliter sampling. So here I show some of the beach monitoring in participatory way, because it was with NGO in Egypt. So we bring together researchers, NGOs, educators, citizens. Also, many tools were provided, like a guidance of monitoring of marine litter in European Sea. This guideline was for e-course during the project. So here I show some results. It was confidential, but I could share with you some amount of the artificial polymer material, which still high, very high in comparison with other litter in Mediterranean. Some percentage of the source of marine litter from agriculture related, from aquaculture, from food consumption, which is very high, also smoking related marine litter. And finally, we conduct in Tunisia the workshop bringing together policies from UFM and decision making there in the Mediterranean, and scientists and NGOs paving the way for litter-free Mediterranean. So it was a workshop integrating marine litter in a local and national planning. And what is the key words and key important issue that with the three projects we deal in one with the technologies and innovative research. It's important also awareness and work with citizens like fishermen, schools, and NGOs is important. Also bring also this result to the policy decider is very important. So these three pillars to deal with the marine litter is very important. And I hope that we could, with the Turkey now and the BlueMissionMed, bring this experience to the Black Sea and other regions in the world. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Sana. Well, yeah, you covered a lot, really, but it was really reachable, and we
thank you.
We really heard about the main outputs of these three projects and even beyond. But there's certainly happening a lot in your end of the Mediterranean, and as we will hear in the next two presentations in the Black Sea Basin, also similar work. Well, maybe there are complementarities, but similar research and similar outreach activities are also being conducted. So thank you once again.
Here it's a friend, and we work together.
Yeah, and Costas is next. You're right.
Yeah.
So that's a nice transition.
Nice. Yeah, thank you.
To Costas. Actually, yeah, many of the participants, we know that they have been working together, but we want to increase the number of partners or entities working together in the two basins. So that's why we are here today in a way. So yes, Costas is next in line. He will be talking specifically about the recently funded Bridge Black Sea Horizon 2020 project, and he will specifically talk about simulations of basically basin-wide tracing of pollution via models. But Costas is from HCMR, and HCMR is also a partner in BlueMissionMed. But HCMR, what Costas and many other researchers in HCMR, they have ongoing research both in the Black Sea and in the Mediterranean. So we thought it would be a great choice actually to hear from Costas about joint challenges and joint solutions. So he is a research scientist at HCMR, as I said, with over more than 20 years of experience in multidisciplinary marine modeling. He has participated in several EU projects applying modeling tools to understand marine ecosystem functioning and impacts of climate change and human pressure. So Costas, the floor is yours. We're happy to have you with us today.
Thank you, Mustafa, for this opportunity and invitation. Let me share my screen.
Yes.
Do you see it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me say a few words first about the Bridge project. This is a research and innovation horizon project coordinated by METU with almost 30 partners from 15 countries participating. The overall objective of BRIDGE is to advance the marine research and innovation to develop blue growth pathways for the sustainable utilization of ecosystem services. And this is organized in three main nodes. One is related to monitoring safe operating space, including some work package dedicated to the collection of data and the development of database in the Black Sea. Also, another work package related with model simulations for various stressors, another for ecosystem resilient analysis, and finally, adaptive management tools. The second node is related to boosting innovation and blue growth, including socioeconomics, business models, and smart observational technologies. And the third node is related to engaging policy and society. So I'm going to present some results with our plastics model developed within BRIDGE. This is used to track the pathways of plastics from rivers and coastal cities. And there will be also some comparison with the Mediterranean using results from a similar model developed within the CLAIM project a few years back. So the plastics model, which is a hydrodynamic coupled with a Lagrange particle drift model, includes the most important processes such as the advection by ocean currents, the effect of waves and wind, mixing, beaching of plastics, and the increase of density due to biofouling, this is explicitly described for microplastics using a function of bacterial abundance, which is obtained from biogeochemical model simulations. And there are different size classes for microplastics, different size classes and types for macroplastics. For the sources of plastics, we are considering inputs from rivers, both for micro and macroplastics, inputs for microplastics from coastal cities wastewater discharge, and also input of macroplastic from coastal cities again, which is assumed to be a function of coastal population, taking into account of country-specific mismatched plastic production factor. So now you see the main distribution for macroplastics. This is mainly related to the sources distribution, showing, for example, a high concentration in northwestern Black Sea Shelf, which receives inputs from Danube and other rivers. There is a lower concentration in the basin interior, and also some high patch concentrations in areas characterized by anticyclonic circulation, such as the Batumi eddy you may see in the eastern Black Sea. Anticyclonic circulation is related with convergence zone. This is why you have some accumulation of plastics in these areas. And for plastics on beaches, these are affected also by the wind and waves direction, which is from the dominant direction is from north to the southwest, which results in a relatively increased concentration of plastics on beaches in the southwestern Black Sea. Now you may see here in my animation, while the mean distribution may seem very smooth, this is the result of quite strong variability, which is the result of ocean currents and also the effect of wind and wave. There is a cyclonic overall movement of particles following the rim current around the basin, and also some anticyclonic features in the periphery of this rim current. And you may notice also the effect of wind and wave transport, particularly in the movement of the Danube River plume. So for microplastics, we have a similar situation with the distribution following the distribution of sources. we have also for sinking microplastics some accumulation in the sediment, particularly the northwestern shelf, which is a shallow, relatively shallow area, which receives also important inputs, particularly from rivers. And there is also some accumulation of microplastics in the water column at some depth where they acquire some neutral buoyancy because they lose gradually their biofouling as bacterial concentration is decreasing with depth. Here is some comparison for microplastics with in situ data collected from different publications, showing a fairly good agreement in terms of magnitude and horizontal variability among different areas. There may be some overestimation in the model in the Danube area and some underestimation in Sinop area in southern Black Sea. And finally, some comparison between the Black Sea and Mediterranean, which is done for microplastics because macroplastics are not entirely comparable because we use slightly different size class in the Black Sea. So the Mediterranean is considered a hotspot on a global scale for plastic pollution, which is mainly attributed to the high population density and also to the anti-estuarine circulation, with surface water inflowing from the Gibraltar Strait. So the plastics are in a way trapped in the basin. In the Black Sea, on the other hand, we have an estuarine circulation with surface water outflowing from the Black Sea at Bosporus Strait. But the Black Sea appears to have a similar population density. We may see the ratio between Mediterranean and Black Sea. In terms of population area, we have a similar value around 5.7. In terms of microplastics input, the ratio is a bit lower, 3.6, which suggests that we have a relatively higher input of microplastics in the Black Sea, considering its smaller size. So one might expect that there would possibly be some higher concentration of microplastics in the Black Sea. Despite that, we have at least at surface a relatively lower concentration, but still comparable with the Mediterranean. The mean value in the Mediterranean is 2 times higher, but this is mostly related to high concentrations in hotspot areas in the Mediterranean. So we have a smaller concentration at surface, but we have a relatively higher concentration on the sediment in the Black Sea, which is mainly because we have a broad and shallow northwestern shelf, which is at the same time the receiver of a significant amount of inputs, particularly from the rivers. So this is an ongoing analysis that we are currently preparing for publication on this type of comparison. And that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kostas, for providing this short but effective glimpse of what you've been doing, what we've been doing in these projects. There are also other projects implementing different aspects of this problem, such as DOOR's Black Sea project. It's one of them, and there are many others also funded by Interreg programs and other programs, which is of course impossible to invite everyone here. But I think the main idea of Kostas' presentation was also that in the frame of missions there are different solutions already being implemented, maybe on a more local basis, regional basis, but in the end we have these basin-wide models, basin-wide tools with which we can test the effectiveness of different solutions in the near future. So I think this is also currently a subject in the current mission calls, such as digital twin call or different types of calls, but that's direction I think and that will be happening in the next few years. So just we wanted to show you that all the ingredients are there, and possibly the next generation of models will be testing the direct application of different solutions. Thank you, Kostas, really once again for this informative short presentation. And next, again, we will be finalizing our speaker session today with Dr. Luminita Lazar from Romania, from the National Institute for Marine Research and Development, or in other words, it's Grigori Antipa Institute with the more common, I think, better known name. So Dr. Lazar she has over 2 decades of experience on nutrient dynamics, eutrophication, and the interplay of land-based pressures with coastal water quality. She has been, of course, part of many different projects, but today she will be particularly focusing on her experience with the Anemone project, which was an Interreg project, but it is also continuing in a new form called Anemone Plus project. She will be presenting assessing the vulnerability of Romanian coasts to pollution and effects of Danube. So Luminita, thank you for being with us today. The floor is yours.
Yes. Thank you everyone for just preparing the presentation. Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So actually, Laura Boichenko, most of you know her, was the coordinator of this project. I was actively involved in its implementation, and building on that collaboration, I'm now starting from 16th of September, coordinating Anemone Plus in the new Interreg Next CBC program, which continues our mission from Anemone. The Black Sea, as you already know, and there are also speakers before me talking about this. But what I want to outline in this introduction and to the context and challenges is that the Black Sea does not stand on equal footing with other European sea basins when it comes to implementing environmental directives and mission oceans approaches. I know that there are other sea basins as well, but in Romania, in the Black Sea now, we have only 2 member states, Romania and Bulgaria. We have other countries which are implementing and have the same view with European directives, and which we are using them also in the Black Sea Commission. And on top of this, there is this conflict, this war in Ukraine, which keep us away from a better cooperation and continuing the work that we had it for many years before. Well, Anemone was developed based on the problems identified at that time. That because they were, according to the one EEA report, at that time we have in the Black Sea region, slow implementation of commitments derived from the existing legal framework, slow adoption of new instruments, monitoring, which depends on national priorities and funding, and fragmented assessment at regional level. And then Anemone built its objectives on to find a solution for these problems. To build sustainable networks of regional partners, to have a joint marine monitoring program, to harmonize indicators for the assessment of the good environmental status, and promote innovative technologies. So that Anemone ended in 2020. It has a budget of around 1 million euro, but it did a lot of work with 6 partners from 4 riparian countries. It was Ukraine, Romania, Bulgaria, and Turkey. And you will see they are the same partners in the continuation of Anemone in Anemone Plus. So the project objectives were set according, as I said, to the identified problems and potential solutions to improve the availability of cross-border compatible environmental monitoring, to update and harmonize monitoring programs, and to provide new environmental and monitoring data. And according to this, there were a lot of results. They are still available on the website of the Anemone project, but also on the Black Sea Commission website. At that time, it was firstly analyzed, monitoring methods, quality assurance, and also were introduced new indicators already used in Europe for different assessments in the European directives and not only. And it produced an atlas and the Black Sea monitoring and assessment guideline. This guideline was the base of the next work in Anemone project. We had a lot of field work. It conducted pilot monitoring studies in different areas concerning the rivers, the river interactions with the Black Sea, and included the Danube that it already mentioned today, but also the other big rivers in the northern part of the Black Sea and the smaller one in the southern part. So in this activity, we had three major achievements: the study on interaction of the rivers with the Black Sea, the study of the hotspots influence on the coastal ecosystem, and also you'll see a joint monitoring cruise. We produced based on the data products showing better the influence of the river and of the hotspots on the Black Sea. And as I said, a team of 17 marine scientists from the 4 countries on board of the research vessel Marine Group carry out sampling of water sediments and marine organisms to assess the health of the marine environment, both in offshore and deep sea locations. And we did oceanographic measurements and environmental sampling with a total track line for this survey around 700 nautical miles. There were 3 sampling areas. There were more than 1,004 and 500 samples related to 120 parameters. And unfortunately, we at that time we didn't have a permission to enter to Ukrainian waters, but we used for the assessments the data which were collected in a MPLAS project in a similar time, in August to September in 29. So we produced also the results of these assessments on eutrophication, on pollution with heavy metals, with polyaromatic hydrocarbons, with pesticides and PCBs, with marine litter, and also we took into consideration all the major indicators for the pelagic and benthic habitats, and we stressed the most vulnerable part and where the human activities impacted the most the Black Sea. We had also a dedicated activity for the seafood safety in the Black Sea with a hazardous substances assessment in the Black Sea biota and mollusks and fish. And we saw the sub-regional differences in the status results, with a worse status predominating in the northwestern part of the Black Sea and a better status in the southern part, and also investigating these samples with an integrated tools, the CHASE tools, which is similar in the Baltic Sea. We showed that around half of the samples were affected by hazardous substances, mainly sourcing from the human activities in these areas. The project did a lot of stakeholders, enhance the stakeholders' participation and public awareness on the environmental issues, producing engagement workshops and documents with the marine litter status on the Black Sea, and citizen science, the tools to assess the cetacean population status. So Anemone gave us a strong legacy because it was not a research, more than a research project. It was a collaborative effort that united the scientists, the institutions, and the citizens across the Black Sea. And they provided also practical tools for the Black Sea, like those coming from the other European projects, the NEAT tool, the CHASE tool, the PEACE tool, so the integrative tools to assess the status on the biological, the eutrophication and the contamination status of the Black Sea, and to be comparable with other seas in other European assessments. So but also the knowledge, the methodologies, and the partnerships developed here became a springboard for joining Horizon Europe projects, because we are now partners in Just for Seas project, Obama Next project, other type of projects who bring us new knowledge, and from where we brought that knowledge to improve the regional cooperation and advancement in that knowledge and for the in Anemone Plus. So we're starting with 16th of September. We have the continuation of the Anemone project, which is designed with the same partnership for the next 30 months under the Interreg Next Black Sea Basin program. It has 1,300,000 euros budget. And we want to bring all the knowledge that we get in the Anemone project and other collaboration with Black Sea scientists, and not only, to provide the advanced tool, the predictive model, the harmonized approach for assessing and manage the vulnerability of the Black Sea ecosystem, and also to share to the other important stakeholders, like it's Danube, and Irina stressed already the cooperation with the ICPTR and the Danube Convention in order to inform them about the status of the Black Sea and how can we help to reduce the pressures and to improve the quality of its ecosystem. I mean, it's short but intense, and we are inviting you to follow us, and we are disseminate our activities continuously, and this is our experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luminița. Excellent. Really, Anemone is a great project. It's great to hear that it's continuing. We need follow-ups to all these projects, really, especially the successful ones need to continue one way or another. And so with your talk, it was also important to showcase, okay, there is this mission ocean waters calls specific to the mission, labeled as mission, but other funding sources such as Interreg, the cross-border cooperation / Interreg projects also, they contribute a lot actually to the mission objectives. So thank you once again. And with this, we have extended our time frame, but I'd like to invite if there is any question to our speakers as we prepare to move on to the interactive final section. So please don't go anywhere. Stay with us for another 40-45 minutes. But is there any question for our speakers for the 3 projects presented for Kostas, Luminița, and Sana, or even I see that Irina is still with us. So you can still leave your input to the Miro board, where you can also enter written. But if there is any question or any reaction, we can. I'm also looking at the chat. All right then. As I said, next now the floor will be for everyone, open to everyone in the form of an interactive Miro session. So this part of our webinar will rely on the active contribution of all of you, and we'll focus on a collaborative exchange and dialogue. So to explain how this session will work, so our communication manager of the BlueMissionMed project, Susanna Albertini, will introduce you how things will work in this session, and Susanna together with Ezgi, then they will co-moderate the session. We will have, I think, 4 questions, but Susanna, please tell us how this will work.
Many thanks, Mustafa. So I'm here also with Luis that will help us in navigating in this Miro board. You might have already seen a Miro board is a shared place in which you can all contribute by attaching by using the sticky notes. You can take one of these sticky notes and move where you want to contribute. You double click on it and you can write what you want to write. Of course, to facilitate further contact and further collaboration, if you want, you can write your name and your organization or your project. So it will be very easy for our colleagues in METO to contact you later on, but also for the other partners, the other participants that are here to really consolidate and initiate new collaboration. So as you can see, there are open 2 boards. So the first one, we suggest to kind of skip it for now, or if you want to contribute, you can do it, but let's concentrate to the second one. So I just very quickly see what is on the first one. So basically in the first one, can you go up, Luis? So in the first one, you can see that there are you will recognize the objective of the mission Ocean and Water. So to protect and restore marine and freshwater ecosystem and biodiversity. To prevent and eliminate pollution on our ocean, sea, and waters, and to make the blue economy carbon neutral and circular. And then there are the 2 enablers that Loic already presented, that are the digital twin, the digital ocean and waters knowledge system, and the public mobilization and engagement. We have seen that you are very active on all these things. And as you can see, what we want from you here, if you have ideas on how we can better collaborate, how we can go beyond the mission objective and really facilitate this collaboration among the 2 areas we are talking today, you can attach the stickers here. But I suggest to you to maybe think about, because it's a question that could need some reflection. And therefore, since we will leave this Miro board open for more or less 1 week, I suggest to go straight to the second one that is deep on what we already did today and we worked today. So basically, challenges, needs, and solutions. So we already have seen many challenges presented by the different speakers, but I know that there are many other challenges that you are aware, and you would like to be addressed both from solutions, but also from projects like BlueMissionMed, maybe supporting, or in general by supporting funds by the European Commission or other type of funds. So the first point is for you to identify what are the challenges in your region, and in that case, please specify which is your region. If you are aware of existing solutions connected to these challenges, and finally, what type of support you need, because you have already seen by Fedra's presentation that BlueMissionMed it provides really support to all the stakeholders by facilitating the access to existing solution, by empowering the different stakeholders, and also by connecting them. So this is the way you can contribute is to take some sticky notes and to put them in the space. If you cannot, for any reason, access the Miro board, or if you have problem, you can put your question or your contribution inside the chat of the normal chat in the Teams, and we will bring it back to the Miro board. So we will have everything in the same place. Okay, so I suggest to start the timing. Yes. And of course, if you also want to intervene, you can also do. And now what we will do is that we will pick some of the sticky notes to maybe elaborate a little bit more, or to ask you to elaborate a little bit more. So what are the challenges of your regions? existing solutions, and please give us some, let's say, more information, links, name of these solutions, projects or organizations, so we can come back to you and really put these existing solutions in our BlueMissionMed ecosystem, in which we have many type of services, as you already have seen by the other presentation. Okay, so
Thank
I
you,
see that.
Susanna. I mean, you already introduced everything more than technical side, so I just maybe can add a few things. In the participant list, I see we have a lot of Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea projects. So rather than the projects we listen today, I would like to also encourage the participants who are already conducting some research and then work supporting the Mission Ocean. They can also give their thoughts in an oral way. Then we can trigger some discussions within us as well. And then, as Susanna mentioned, I will kind of ask you to indicate your project, initiative, or the organization to be able to understand the contribution come from which body. And we will be also glad if you can put some links to what we are talking about to be able to combine everything in a right way. The first question was about the Mission Ocean, how we can extend it to make a cross-basin collaboration better between two basins. But then, as Susanna mentioned, we will keep the Miro open for 1 week. So maybe to use our time in an effective way, we can continue with the challenge, needs, and solutions part first. And then you can put your thoughts to first question whenever you find some more time. And then, yeah, I mean, today all of our speakers mentioned the challenges, main challenges between these basins, but I'm sure according to your experience, you have some more to add. But then I would like to encourage you to also find the make a link between existing solutions with the challenges we are mentioning. So then we can also try to multiply these efforts in the other basin, and then it will be much more effective considering this today's topic. And then, as Susanna mentioned again, BlueMissionMed is a coordination and support action who tries to support all the stakeholders in a better way, technically, financially, in a policy and social manner. So you can also indicate such kind of supports you need to apply these solutions in your regions. So we will have 10 minutes. It's written 15, but then we would like to make it effective, not to extend our meeting more.
Ezgi, there's a okay, Susanna responded.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
yes,
anybody, please. Yeah, you can also, I think, if you want to just raise your hand, you can speak and or ask your question. As you enter your input, feel free to ask for the floor, right? I think, Susanna, I think we can.
Yes, for sure. And then I would, I put again the link. So you have to click on this link to enter. So you will have another screen where you can enter. So you cannot, of course, write directly here in this shared screen. So if you follow the link that I put, you can enter nicely. Or there are many ways. You can raise your hand, as Mustafa said, or you can write directly here in the chat. So what is important is that you are not shy. If you don't want to write your name and specify your name, doesn't matter. You can contribute anonymously. I mean, the way you do it is not relevant. What is important is that you write something, because we would like really to know better what you are doing and to really support you in the best way within the project.
I just mistakenly raised my hand, but yeah. Maybe I can name some of the projects I saw yesterday. Maybe I can encourage. I mean, there are some Horizon projects like I Mermaid. Maybe they would like to share their experiences or remediation, and then response, remed, waste plastic recycling. So if they would like to add something, we will be really happy to hear. Yeah, for the ones who are putting their comments, we will encourage to write the projects initiatives like this harmonized protocols for the sampling. I would like to hear more from them as well.
Yeah, so if you the one that wrote the first, the one that was the hero to write the first.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, Sana.
I was trying. Yes, it's me.
Okay.
But I have a question. If we will propose existing solution, we use about the colors, perhaps for the sticks, and for example, we choose one color for the challenges, one color for existing solution, and one other color for support. So to be all in the same mind. So when we see, I use this color, but if we could.
No, you can just indicate what is it as well. Like I think you mentioned one existing solution, or you say this is the need.
Okay.
So you can you can say we need it.
Okay.
The color
I
is
get
also
it.
an option. Yes.
As you can see, I'm putting the colors. Meanwhile.
Yes. Thanks, Susanna.
Dear Susanna, you already mentioned that we have still time for another week. Yes, thank you. But I'd like to add one more. Do we have specific date for deadline?
I mean, it will be open for your contribution for one more week, but then like starting today till next Friday.
Next Friday.
If you need more time, just let us know. We'll be happy to accommodate your request. The thing is, we also have deadlines. It's not on top of our head. But,
Okay, I'm just gonna write down as it Friday, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, 1 week from now. We cannot keep it much longer than that. Maybe a few days more, because we also need to prepare our output reports, and it will all feed into one another, and then we are approaching the project's final phase as well. But yeah, just feel free to. You can also send your input in other forms. Even Miro board is no longer available. You can always, because as the hub, I think you are from Mersin area. You can always reach us as the hub contact point, and then you can always give your input. I mean, the way the Mediterranean hubs work, this mission hubs work, actually, yes, we do workshop or an event from time to time, but actually you can always reach out to your hub, and then any support you need or anything you need, any feedback you want to give, you can always do that. This is true for all countries, of course, and all
Thank
hubs.
you. Thanks for informing.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you see now, there are the 3 colors. Thanks for the suggestion, Sana. So we have the 3 colors. So we have the pink for the challenges, the green for the solution, and the yellow for the support you need.
Thank you.
Okay, so we start to see something. Maybe let's get you on to pick something. So maybe we can elaborate, or Mustafa.
Yeah, I'm looking at, especially in challenges and solutions, I see more action, activity, more input. Yeah, you can also take a look at the mission ocean objectives, which we wanted to remind you, the 3 main objectives. Of course, in the Mediterranean, the second objective, prevent and eliminate pollution, is the more, let's say, focused one. Of course, doesn't mean other objectives are not relevant, but I see a couple of draft inputs, but I don't see any full inputs there. But in the other, of course, people have more as expected. Our participants have more idea and input. I see, looking at different inputs, I see this need for common protocols for sampling. Yeah, it looks like it's still a challenge, or it's an existing solution. I'm not sure in which context they are entered, but that's definitely one action point, at least in one way or another.
Meanwhile, I put so if you cannot for any reason put your contribution inside, don't worry, you can put it in the chat, and I will put it back like I did now for Roger.
I also see some projects we didn't hear from them. For example, this Captoplastic maybe would like to share their experience on the control and capturing microplastic. Then we can hear they are applying this solution in which basin and how we can multiply in the other basin. So it can be nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, our solution is to control and capture microplastics. We have a technology able to capture the microplastic that we can find in any type of aqueous medium. For example, we are really focused on wastewater treatment plant to eliminate the microplastic before to enter into the sea. And our technology mainly advantages is that we allocate the technology after pre-treatment and before the microplastic enter into the sludge. So it's a way to avoid the enter of microplastic in the sludge line and in the water line. Regarding the control technology, is a really easy method and easy to be standardizable, to be a standard. And we obtain a quantity in milligram per liters, the concentration of microplastics. So
excellent.
So you can apply it in the bigger basins, or you need, I mean, what is the scale you apply so far?
Yes, we can. It's a really flexible technology, can be scalable. So we adapted it to low or medium wastewater treatment plant, to even to shipping, to trade directly into the ship to avoid the enter of microplastic directly.
Okay, perfect. I mean, you are trying to stop the microplastic in the source, not without entering the water body. Perfect.
Yes.
Yes. Another similar solution has been entered by Roger Preston. So thanks, Roger, for being with us today. We know you, of course, from the Black Sea Accelerator with your awards and all that. And so his work focuses especially on, like Raquel's work, turning waste into energy. So cutting the pollution in the source and making something useful out of it. Basically, that's the idea. And so he has entered, I think, 3 different solutions here. Roger, but do you want to elaborate? Have you been more focusing on Danube Basin so far? Any tests in the Mediterranean you have made, if you are there? Okay, if you're not there, that's fine.
Maybe
Okay,
shy
let's see.
to make his
Yeah,
comments.
no, I think he must be.
It's not mandatory to speak loud.
Yeah,
Just
indeed.
since I see that there are some yellows, so need for support. For instance, information for scaling solution, help for project development, this type of things. Maybe if you want to put your project organization, this will easy the work to come back to you and to maybe facilitate this connection. Meanwhile, since we are running out of time for that, how do we want to proceed? Do we want to go to the next, maybe?
Yeah. I think we can move on.
Yes, the second part.
As we elaborated, the Miro is still open. It will be open for another week, but let's unveil the next question now.
Yes, perfect. So let me. Oops, what happens? Ma non vedo.
It's already there now. I can see.
Okay, great. Okay, so in this part, what we would like to see and to understand if where there are the greatest opportunities for cross-basin collaboration. Maybe, Etski, do you want to explain better this than me? What?
Yes, I mean, we know
there's a problem with your voice, maybe? I don't know if...
for the opportunity.
Ezgi, your voice.
Sorry. Okay. Can you hear me?
We have lost you.
Yes. Yes. You're kind of coming and going. Okay. Try again. So otherwise, I can enter. So basically, in this, it seems that there is a connection problem, Etski.
Yeah. Okay.
So in any case, what we want to hear from your side here is what are the opportunities and how we can boost the collaboration and the synergy cross-basing. So, for instance, if we try to think on the 2 basins as, let's say, one single ecosystem, how we can facilitate the policy alignment, how we can boost the joint research, funding that are maybe involving actors in the different basins, or how we can learn from each other with the questions like citizen engagement or stakeholder engagement. But of course, there are barriers, and we know that your experience is the barriers. And so in this case, what are the barriers? So I can also maybe very quickly make the different colors also for that, so we can have one for the barriers and one for the opportunities. So I put the barriers in a kind of in orange colors. So the first one is the opportunities, and the second one will be the barriers. So the first one, the yellow is opportunities, and in the orange we can have the barriers.
Yeah, thanks, Susanna. So yellow, opportunities, orange, barriers.
Yep.
I try to switch another connection.
It works now.
Hopefully you can hear me. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Even in that case, if you cannot, for any reason, enter in the Miro, you can, maybe because you are in the cell phone and it doesn't work very well, you can speak loud, you can put your comment on the chat, many ways to enter.
Yeah, indeed. For example, for this cross-basin collaboration, I would like to say, since Susanna raised this citizen engagement researchers' lights that's funded under the European Commission is a good opportunity. If you know something in the basin-wide, you can also indicate there are those kind of opportunities. People can engage and then raise awareness. It could be nice as well. And Black Sea Commission already mentioned some research, joint research and funds. Maybe Irina would like to raise again. We can write here.
Thank you, Ezgi. I didn't manage somehow to use Miro. Basically, I was speaking about the project on source to sea management, because we have already this initiative. It's in the documents of the 23rd COP of Barcelona Convention. There is a paragraph about the source to sea management. There is also trilateral collaboration that I mentioned. And within this framework, it could be actually nice to have a project or maybe initiative that would unite the previous efforts plus concentrate on all these trilateral problems, common problems for three basins. So you can just copy paste what I wrote, and harmonization is still an issue.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Irina. Roger also writes his comments to the chat as well. I see that.
Yeah, I already put your this part from you, Irina. You already put it up.
Yeah, I just did it. After she said it.
Okay, great. There is also, I just put the link also to the BlueMissionMed support program, so you can have direct access to that. And there is also, I'm also putting this opportunity that is the BlueMissionMed list of innovative transformative solutions. So I'm putting it also here. So you have a list and you can search for the different innovative transformative solutions, and maybe this can be inspirational for you. And you will have also the direct access to the people that are providing this innovative transformative solution. Okay, so we see that there is one idea, one insight that is connect the solution, for example, minimization with monitoring control. So I think you are, this can be an interesting, let's say, thing. We already do matchmaking in BlueMissionMed project, but also other projects are doing this activity. So shortening the gap between not only solutions and founding possibility or scale up possibilities, but also among solutions that are doing things that can be interconnected for a greater impact. So even in that case, feel free to contact BlueMissionMed. Share knowledge and expertise. This is something that we started from the very beginning, and this is also what we are doing today. Share the training and capacity building program. Also, this is very nice and interesting because there's a lot of good material over there that can be replicated in different contexts. And so maybe, yeah, this could be an idea for the future to create a common database of training and capacity building resources. And in terms of barriers, we see that there is long-term funding program, not only for regional cooperation, but also to maintain the established one. So this is a message for even the European Commission, but also the hubs created by the different projects and also by BlueMissionMed are done and let's say promoted by local actors. So they have, yeah, if you want to add something here, maybe about your hub.
There is a comment about long-term funding programs, not only for regional cooperation, but also to maintain the established ones. As in our program today, we wanted to feature recent initiatives, but also long-standing initiatives such as the Bucharest and Barcelona Convention. So I think it's important to keep those initiatives, also long-term running initiatives, alive. So that's a good comment. Yes, another comment is spread solutions that work, which is simple, but I think we need more interaction on that. What works? We need to focus on what works and just spread it, such as cutting waste, you know, in a wastewater input or in a polluted stream is a very much shared challenge. Wherever you are, actually, it doesn't matter. Even Mediterranean, Black Sea, it doesn't matter. It's everywhere, similar problems. So we should be spreading, I think, those sort of solutions if they're already demonstrated. So we don't need to wait to reinvent the wheel in each basin, to be honest. It will be impossible to reach enough the objectives. So, but of course, how to access to solutions, you know, then you can always reach out to your hub. And then you can contact them, and you can also use the BlueMissionMed support program, which has a huge catalog of different solutions. In the Ekodali, also in the Black Sea, Danube, CSA, also in the Lighthouse, there's also similar support program, which can be utilized. But yeah, I think it's another good suggestion. Another input is about connecting different solutions, which is similar to the previous suggestion. Capturing plastics, valorization, yeah, all these things need to be really, yeah.
I also see one comment. I would like to hear if this participant would like to also give its details, like connect solutions, like minimization with the monitoring and the control. Maybe we can hear more the details if you wish. I mean, yeah, connecting solutions in the different basins is important. I mean, it will help to, for sure, multiply the efforts in the other basins, and then we will not need to discover the words once again. But then, yeah, maybe you have some experience you would like to share with us on that.
Well, I'm not writing this, but I think that, for example, in the connection solution, it's important to analyze and control the hot pot or the hot point that you are going to be the important source, and to control then this can be, if you control it, you can minimize you can have an alert to know when you are going to have a big pollution on that.
Thank you, Raquel. Yeah, indeed, you're right.
So it seems that there are less barriers than opportunities. So that's good. So if we identify a lot of nice opportunities. I just want to highlight the fact that all the coordination and support action are there to really support the connection, to support the capacity building, to facilitate the scale up and valorization of the solution. So really exploit these very interesting projects that are there to increase the impact of your activities. And said that, I think we need to go to the next point, that in which you will deeply swim in the ocean because in this nice board, as you can see, there are months written up to March, so this spring. So what are you doing from now to March? What is boiling on your plan? Make sure that here you can list not only the things that are already planned and organized and kind of fixed, but rather and more mainly the ones that are kind of open. So for instance, you are organizing a seminar, you are organizing a capacity building in the next month, you might benefit from other colleagues participating. So here we really would like to not only make you aware of what is on the pipeline of the different projects, but rather to facilitate the identification of moments in which you can collaborate with us. For example, in November, there is Ecomondo, in which BlueMissionMed has a booth and still a space to host solutions. So if you have solutions and you would like to come in our space and to present your solution to a very big public that is participating to the Ecomondo, that is one of the most important events for protecting the environment in Europe and beyond, don't hesitate to contact BlueMissionMed and you will really I will change now the link with the link to our news, so you will have already the plan, because I see that this link is the link, general link to Ecomondo, so I will just change it. But please list here the events, including, for instance, online webinars or capacity building activities that you are doing, awareness raising activities that you are doing, all these things where someone else could collaborate with you. Okay, I see that someone is already writing. Okay.
Yeah, Ecomondo is really one big set of events. Try to catch that up. Really, it's very interesting. There also, it's a big event with many other different things. So that's definitely worth your time.
Yeah, so I just changed now the link, so you can go in the link where in our website there are already some news on the events that we will organize and that could be interesting for you to participate. This will be in Rimini, that is a nice place in Italy.
Yeah.
So it's also
but
a
so
good place.
What I see is events that we already know. So we want to see some of the events that or happenings that we are not aware of, right? So
yes.
Please think of something. It can be also national level thing. So don't worry about a big event. It can be national, local level event, or local level happening, a festival, science festival, or it can be anything related to mission objectives.
Exactly.
And don't forget that if we find your event relevant to the mission objective and it's connected to a hub, we can also make it visible through our channels. So
there is also an interesting opportunity if you're looking for how to get funding and to assess funding. I just put it, this will be in October, and the registration is open. So if you follow the link that I put, you will be able to assess the page where you will find all the information, and this will be on the 2nd of October online. I also put the date. This one is in the 2nd of October. Okay, so
I also add some from the bridge plexi as well. And then I don't know if Luminita is still with us. Maybe with the Anemone Plus upcoming project, Maybe they have some events they are organizing in the Black Sea, so we can also hear them.
And meanwhile, I'm also opening another board that is the collaboration networking board. So in this board that is on the right in the screen, you can also put your data if you want to facilitate the collaboration with the other participants. Yeah. The same you can do again in the chat if you cannot access the link. I see that we are a little bit beyond the schedule, and so we know that you might have other commitment.
Yeah.
But this is a good opportunity for everybody to really collaborate.
Indeed.
And again, I would like to underline that here, I suspect that the events in October and November are kind of pretty closed, but I'm sure that you are already preparing something for December, January, February, March. So if you have something, don't hesitate to put them, because someone else might be interested in contributing. And as you have seen also today, when there are many ideas and projects, really a lot of ideas come on our mind, and this will be the starting of new collaboration, including new projects together. So I see that there is a final conference on Bridge Black Sea. Yes. That will be on 25th of November.
I think a lot going on in the following 2 months, as far as I see.
For the final conference of Bridge, we will definitely have a speaker or two about cross-basin cooperation. So, yeah.
Exactly. I don't know, what do you think? Maybe we can go to the conclusion. In any case, the link will be open for 1 week, as we said. I leave you the floor.
Thank you, Susanna. Thank you, Ezgi. Yes, please use the Miro board. You have 1 week to enter your details, even if just entering there who you are and your entity and how to reach out to you. We have already, of course, your registration, but for us to be able to have the opportunity to reach out to you, it's important to have your contact here. If you have collected your input, but if the Miro board is closed by then, you can always email to us or connect with us to send your input. But thank you first to our speakers, to those who are staying with us until this moment. We believe we covered a lot, from all the way from Tunisia. We passed through Aegean Sea, Black Sea, all the way we entered into Danube, and we discussed how all these waters are connected, and we shared our challenges and common solutions. Thank you, and stay tuned. There are many upcoming events, as you have seen, but also BlueMissionMed will have a third cross-fertilization webinar. Claudiane, do you want to maybe briefly mention that upcoming webinar before we close?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Your mic is closed.
It was
now we can hear.
A great webinar. I apologize not to have been more active, but I was on and off, but it's very interesting. Thank you to all speakers. For upcoming meeting, we'll keep you tuned to our the communication channel, because we're still fine-tuning the scope and the topic with the great speakers and in line with the future transitions for what follows. Anyway, so we'll keep you informed for next webinar, cross-fertilization webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Claudiane. Thank you once again, Susanna, Ezgi. Thank you to Fedra, Elisa, and all the BlueMissionMed Central team for enabling this event. And thank you to all of our participants, our stakeholders. Let's keep the collaboration alive. Let's hope also to see you in future meetings and events. Yeah, have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks and bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.